Ask yourself today, do you have any goals? If not, why not? If you do have your goals, ask yourself, or actually write down right now, what are your current goals that you have? It could be for fitness, it could be for just your life in general, whatever it may be. Take a second to assess your goals, because today this is going to be your goal setting workshop, and we're going to help you set some proper goals and come up with an action plan how to reach those goals. So today we're going to talk about a couple things. First thing is going to be setting different types of goals. The second thing is going to be, we're going to talk about setting smarter goals. A lot of people know about the SMART goal method. Today I'm going to show you a little bit extra. We're going to go SMART-E.R instead, and also how to come up with an action plan, how to reach those goals too. So first off, let's talk about the different types of goals. So you want to set some long-term goals, and you want to set some short-term goals. Long-term might be later on down the line. It could be a year from now, it could be 5 years from now, it could be 10 years from now, whatever it may be, but it's going to be a longer duration of time. A short-term goal is going to be more like, it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months, it could be a couple weeks, whatever it might be, but it's going to be relatively short period of time compared to the long-term goals. Oftentimes, the short-term goals lead you up to the long-term goals, and actually I recommend breaking up your long-term goal into shorter-term goals. So for example, I want to lose 20 pounds in 1 year. That's a long-term goal. Or I want to make, by the time I'm 35, I want to make $50,000 a year, or whatever it might be, something along those lines. A short-term goal would be, I want to lose 2 pounds in 2 weeks or something like that, and then you want to break your short-term goals up into mini goals too, to help you get to those short-term goals. So your mini goals are going to be just daily different actions that you can take, or even weekly different actions that you can take. A good mini goal could be, if you have the goal of weight loss, or if you have the goal of becoming healthier, drinking more water a day, or drinking a gallon of water a day would be a good mini goal for you to do to get up to that short-term goal. Or adding in a snack, those different things, they tend to add up together and lead you up to that short-term goal. The short-term goals tend to lead up and add to the long-term goal. So set those long-term goals, set short-term goals, and then set mini goals to help you through that as well. So the second part I want to talk about is the SMART-E.R goal method. So take out your pens and papers, take some notes, because this is going to be good. So the first S in SMART, or the only S in SMART, is specific. So you want your goals to be as specific as possible. That's how you're going to set a good goal. A non-specific goal, for instance, would be, I want to get fit. Well, how do you know if you're fit or not? What's that measurement? Maybe, so a more specific goal, instead of, I want to get fit, or I just want to lose weight, is going to be, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat. That's going to be more of a specific goal, and you can even go more specific with it and put a time frame on it too, but we'll talk about that here in a second. But when you have the goal of, I want to tone up, I want to be fit, I want to lose weight, how do you know once you've reached that goal? You're just going to keep pushing on and on and on, and you're never going to find an end to it. You're never going to find that satisfaction of accomplishing that goal. So number one is specific. Number two, the M stands for measurable. So you want your goal to be measurable, and this kind of goes back with the specific aspect too. So when it's measurable, you have a specific number or a specific date or whatever it might be. You will know when you've achieved that goal. So these two kind of go hand in hand. A non-measurable goal is, I want to make more money this year. How are you going to measure that? So, a more measurable goal is, I want to make $5,000 extra this year than I did last year. So something that you could actually measure. You could do that with fitness as well. So measurable. The next one is A, actionable. You want your goal to be actionable, and how you find out if it's actionable or not is by using an action verb. A non-actionable goal is, I want to be more consistent with working out. All right, how are you going to be more consistent with working out? Well, a more actionable goal, something that's going to help you take action, is, I want to work out 3 times per week. So that's an action right there for you to do to get to that goal. So that's good right there for actionable. Now the first R in SMART-E.R is going to be realistic. Ask yourself and assess your goal. Is that realistic for you? Maybe you're a golfer and you have the goal of, competing in the PGA Tour. For most people, that's not realistic. For some people it is, but assess yourself. Can you really make it to the PGA Tour in a year or even 2 years. A more reasonable or more realistic goal is going to be, I want to lower my golf handicap by 3 strokes. That's going to be something a little bit more realistic. What happens is if it's way out of our realm, or if it's extremely unrealistic, maybe I said, I want to go to the Olympics. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep failing because for me, that's not a realistic goal. So I'm going to be discouraged from it. When you have a more realistic goal, you definitely want to set your goals high. I'm not saying that. Definitely set your goals very high. You want to reach your high goals, but not to the point where it's too extreme where you're going to get discouraged. You want to find a goal that you can actually do. And once you reach that goal, you're going to feel good. You're going to set that next set of goals. So realistic. The T is going to be time. So we want to set our goal within a time frame. So if it's not in a time frame, you could say, I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, how long is it going to take you? You could be working for 50 years and not lose 20 pounds because you haven't set that time frame on your goal. So I would say, if you want to lose 20 pounds, set a time frame. I want to do it by January 1st, or I want to do it by this time next year. Set that time frame. One is going to light a fire under your butt. It's going to force you to amp up that intensity, and you're going to be more motivated to accomplish it because, once it comes close to running out of time, it's like, oh man, I got to do this. So you're going to put your butt into action and do it. So set that time frame for your goals. So that's the SMART goal method. Like I said, most of you might know about this. I know a lot of people in the workforce, they set SMART goals. But I'm going to show you the next ER, so smarter goals, the parts that you might not know about. So the E is going to be exciting. Make it a goal that you're excited to do. If it's something that's just mundane, something that you're not excited about, something that doesn't light your fire, you're going to be likely to fall off. You're going to be more or less likely to reach that goal. So make it something that you're excited about. And then the final R is going to be relevant. So it's something that's relevant to where you are in your life. And I'll use the example of, a single mom that wants to work out twice a week, 7 days a week. That's not going to be relevant to her because a lot of times she's going to have to spend time with her kids. She's going to have to, work on school. She's going to have to focus on her work and all that stuff too. So that, that might not be as relevant. Maybe a good goal for her would be, to start off with getting in 3 or 4 days a week. That would be a little bit more relevant to her lifestyle. So that is the SMART-E.R goal method. Assess your goals and kind of compare it to that. And like I said, it all comes down to really the more specific the goal, the more in-depth your action plan is going to be towards it, and the more likely you're going to be to get to that goal. So a great goal that follows the SMART-E.R goal method would be, I want to lose 5% body fat in 6 months period of time. So for me, that might be a good SMART-E.R goal method. It's very specific. It's got that time frame. It's measurable, and it has all those other aspects as well. All right, so that's the SMART-E.R goal method. Now let's talk about building an action plan. Something we use here is going to be our goal setting worksheet. So we meet with our clients and we go over this worksheet. So you write down what your goal is. You're going to write down the start date, which would be typically today, and the target date. That way we get that time frame. So we're going through that SMART-E.R goal method. Now we're going to ask the importance or the benefits of this goal to you. Why? So this goes back to the exciting aspect. Why is this important to you? And this is something that, any type of goal, anything that you're doing, ask yourself why you're doing it. Find the deeper aspect of it. Maybe it's to be a good example for your kids. Maybe it's for your health. Whatever it is, write it down. And this sheet, keep it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. So set your goal, set the time limit, write down your why. Why is this important to you? Why do you want to do this? Now you're going to write down resources needed. So what resources might you need to get you to your goal? For instance, if you have the goal of weight loss, maybe you do need a personal trainer. Maybe you do need a personal training studio like us, or maybe you need a nutritionist. Whatever it might be, find out your resources that you need. Maybe you need your family support. That's an oftentimes one that I see. So find out what your resources are needed. Gather those together. That's going to help you reach that goal. The next thing is recognizing possible obstacles. What kind of obstacles can you anticipate being in your way? What's going to hold you back from reaching that goal? And when you're looking at it now, you can come up with an action plan to defeat those obstacles, to go over those obstacles, to hurdle on to that next thing. And you're going to be more prepared when that obstacle does hit you to overcome it, rather than being just smacked in the face and just stop dead in your tracks. The next thing is an action plan. What's going to get you to your goal? And I think that's going to help if you have that long-term goal, short-term goal that leads to the long-term goal, and then those mini goals. What kind of mini goals can you put together to help you get to that short-term goal right there? And then the final item is, how are you going to reward yourself? You got to reward yourself. You got to make it something that you're excited about. For a lot of people, with the goal of weight loss, maybe they're going to reward themselves with a vacation or a trip, or maybe it's going to be, they're going to go clothes shopping and treat themselves. So give yourself a reward, make it something exciting for accomplishing that goal. And maybe when the times are getting tough, you look at that reward and you're like, okay, I got to do this so I can get to the reward. That's going to help you push through. So once again, just a quick little recap. Those are kind of my 3 things that are going to help you with your goals. 1, setting those long-term, short-term, and mini goals. 2, using the S.M.A.R.T.E.R goal method. And then 3, going through that goal setting worksheet that I talked about, the importance, the benefits, the why, resources needed, possible obstacles, action plan, and the reward at the end. So I hope this helps. Goals are important. Like I said before, we want to have high goals. We want to have something to shoot for. If you don't have goals, then you're just going to keep going through, and you're not going to know if you're making progress or not. And a lot of times we could get complacent without goals too. So set those goals, use those methods, and I'll plan on seeing you next time. Bye-bye.